I am Diane, and I'm sitting here with Durry of Minneapolis, Burnsville, Minnesota,
Yeah.
a suburb. How exciting. And y'all formed during the pandemic and now are enjoying this widely acclaimed success of an amazing single called Who's Laughing Now. You were just also featured on the First Avenue stage for Best New Bands.
Yeah.
That was nuts.
Oh my gosh.
Crazy.
That was crazy.
Yeah, tell me more about that experience.
Yeah, it was wild. You know, this whole thing has been just like a roller coaster. Like as soon as, we started the project a little while ago, but as soon as the song started going off, it's been like every day some crazy email comes in or some crazy new like, hey, here's this awesome thing. And we've just been like soaking it in and rolling with it all. And like, you know, we played First Avenue, the Best New Bands on the main stage. It was the craziest thing ever. But like we'd only played 5 shows ever before that. So like,
I'm really a newbie here.
yeah,
I've only played 5 shows ever.
of anything.
Wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been kind of a you know, light speed pace, but it's been awesome. And at the show, like everyone knew the words like so much.
I
It
could
was
hear the crowd
crazy.
louder than the stuff in my ears.
And like the drums and stuff.
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
It was wild.
In the videos, it's just like remarkable how much you can just hear the whole room. Oh,
You
it's
can
so
feel
cool.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so cool.
Yeah, that's not something you get to experience every show with everything.
Yeah.
And I gotta imagine it feels therapeutic almost, and just like good to have, and empowering to not only be singing these goofy sort of autobiographical lyrics, but then to hear everyone singing them back to you.
Absolutely.
Insane.
Totally. And it's so funny that this is the song that's blowing up because it's like
Yep.
it's like self-referential and like it's talking about like, you know, it's talking about itself being successful because I like finished writing it as it was blowing up on TikTok. So like the first little verse blew up on TikTok, and on the way to the studio to like record the real deal, that's when I like wrote the third verse, and that's all like it's all happening, you know. I just paid the rent making music with my friends. And the original like plan for the song was like it was all gonna be a downer. It was just gonna be like downer, downer, downer. And then the world
went
proved
up.
me wrong. And
Yeah.
then so we adjusted it, and now it's like, I don't know, it's been really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that something? The way that you execute all the words, from the shouting of the tattoo to the basement to, it has this anthemic theme to it.
Totally.
And then it's self-deprecating, but then it's somehow processed through it seems like a positive message of self-acceptance. And it comes across as a display of humor and humility. And I would love to hear some of your thoughts on that.
Yeah.
I love that you just picked those out because I feel like that's totally.
You're
like,
towally right. You're
Yeah.
paying
You just
attention. Way to go.
crushed
Oh, thanks.
No, but like it's kind of interesting how like the Who's Laughing Now chorus that's kind of like, you know, cocky sounding or whatever, but it like flip flops the meaning. Like the first time is kind of like talking about like the economy and the state of the world and all those kind of things. And it's like you said it'd work out, but Who's Laughing Now? It didn't, and now we're all screwed. So it's kind of like, this is a bad thing. And then it flips, and then the next time it's like, you know, the media says you have to look a certain way, but we made it work anyway. Who's laughing now? You guys, you know. And then the third time is, you know, obviously the most cocky of all of them of Who's Laughing Now. But yeah, you know, I think it's something about like an anthemic kind of feeling song, but about really small topics that people resonate with and understand, and little experiences that a lot of people have that then they can go in the crowd and all shout this, you know, little things, little stories, but everyone seems to have mutual experience with. So
Yeah.
And y'all are siblings.
We are
Correct.
for sure siblings.
people keep on saying like, you know how like the White Stripes are like not actually siblings. They like lied about it for a bunch of years.
Right,
People
right.
keep saying like, is this like a White Stripes situation? And we're like, no.
No, it's not.
For
Speculation
real,
going
yeah.
around out there already.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, no, it's the real deal.
Okay, well then I have to ask, what do your parents think of Durry then?
They're loving it.
They're digging it.
Yeah.
Our dad is he's a music teacher, and so
Yep.
he taught us everything we know about music, and they're soaking it up. My mom like posts everything on Facebook, and she loves
doing her
the
momly
attention of it. It's
roles.
hilarious,
Yeah, I know.
and all her friends
Well, she's
comment
directly,
on it.
quoted.
Exactly. It's yeah, and both of them though the lines that reference them, they're like totally like they think it's hilarious, and
Because it's kind of a joke. Too.
it is,
Like,
and
Of course.
yeah.
Yep.
It's not a direct jab. But
Exactly. And like the tattoo line literally is like an inside joke with my mom and I, because from day one, every tattoo I got, she's like, "You'll regret that." And I'm like, "Someday I'm going to get that tattooed on me." And that's what the cover art is on
Yes,
my leg is the, "You'll regret this, Mom."
I love that the song, though, is the story of how you actually got that tattoo.
Yeah, true.
I think that's really funny.
Yeah, there's something about lyrics that are so actually true, and that they're funny, and then it's all real, and it's like, oh, that makes it all the more exciting to sing. I gotta imagine. Yeah. Working as siblings together, do you think there's certain benefits to, I feel like with my sister, I can be more brutally honest with
Right.
her. Yeah. How do you feel like the dynamic of working as siblings together?
I feel
is?
like there's pros and cons. No, I feel like it's been really great and refreshing, and it is like he's my brother, so you can be more brutally honest. And so there's just an open space for that for us to kind of just refine what we're doing more, compared to just if you were working with people you didn't know very well or friends or whatever. So I think it's been really fun, and we were never really friends before this, but I feel like it's kind of bonded us. And
Aw.
yeah, cute.
Yeah.
So just to add to that nice sappy story,
Yeah.
but I feel like it's been really fun and refreshing. So
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, a level of honesty you can have with each other that like is not like with friends and stuff. You're always kind of like, we don't care. We're just like, going at it. And that's great.
Right.
But aside from just a sibling thing too, just like having a very different perspective and
having the same perspective of just how we
exactly.
grew up and
like,
Yeah.
yeah, like you're younger, but also like we have the same parents and the same upbringing. So there's a lot of things in common, but also a lot of perspectives that are different. And yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. Before Durry, you're a seasoned musician. You're in Coyote Kid,
Correct.
formerly known as Mara in the mainsail.
Correct.
And I mean, yeah, I can hear similarities, of course, and I mean, a unifying thing being your voice, but it is stylistically different. And one of them, Durry has this, of course, more indie pop element, and then Coyote Kid being this kind of cinematic
Yeah.
Western cowboy. I think you used it
Yes,
as like,
correct.
but with these like dark undertones a bit.
Yeah, Coyote Kid was always like this, like fantasy project. It was always this like kind of like, when I was really little, I wanted to write comic books and I wanted to make comic books and this whole fantasy thing. I was really into that, really nerdy stuff, whatever. And then I started making music that was like that and kind of found my niche in like those kind of communities and making these, fun, cool stories about, whatever lore we came up with. And that was really cool. And I still love it and all that stuff. But with Durry, when we started this, it was like, it was just like a kind of a emotionally processing time. And like, it was just a step into reality in my lyrics that I'd never taken before really. Mm-hmm. And like, the stories are all, the Coyote Kid stories are all like, dark and gritty and like violent and like weird. And there's like, ghost cowboys and space stuff, like it's weird. But it was nice to just be like, hey, the reality is like, we're in the suburbs. Like we have an apartment in my parents' basement and like, hey, this is like the real deal, and,
Right.
And then the sound was just kind of a reflection of that of like, obviously reality is not as brooding as
Right.
as Coyote Kid makes it sound, but yeah, and so it all kind of just made a new story of reality within itself. So
yeah. I feel like when we first started Durry too, it was at a very crucial point with everyone just in the pandemic and stuff. So everyone is kind of going through the same stuff, and so it does just hit different.
Oh, indeed.
Yeah.
yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And also like it's been kind of cool as Durry has evolved. Like it started out really like synthy, like synth focused and poppy and stuff. And that's just kind of what I was like goofing around on the computer with. And then seeing that like people, and I was kind of at the time being like, people don't want rock. They don't want rock music. And then I was like, gonna not do that. And then Who's Laughing Now is like the one that pops off. I'm like, okay, we can do rock, but not like, not like gloomy rock. It's gonna be like happy rock.
Happy rock. It is happy rock.
Yeah.
A little bit twitchy humor. And you said this is your only 5th show, the First Avenue thing.
Yeah. So I just am diving right in here. Yeah, we joke a lot about how I like I didn't go through all the work or like years of
Pay your dues.
Yeah, I know. It kind of just happened. No, it started slow at the beginning for sure, and it was just us kind of playing around, just with sounds and things like that. But yeah, I've never taken on any kind of music project before this. This is totally my first thing. So
Yeah. Played guitar for a long time and stuff.
I've played guitar since I was 12. A fun fact, we both have only gotten one guitar lesson ever.
Correct.
No kidding.
When I was
Mom or
like
dad.
12.
It's probably the same guitar lesson we got.
Yeah. On the same little sheet.
Yeah.
But
So it's definitely naturally in the blood. Yeah.
And a lot of time, that's all.
yeah.
I gotta imagine.
For sure.
I mean, I gotta imagine y'all have been practicing quite a bit too, leading up to
Yeah.
just hitting
Yeah.
it hard.
Definitely.
Totally, yeah. We've been last couple weeks going really hard. Our drummer actually had hip surgery. He had his hip replaced before, like 5 weeks before the show, and so we had to not practice for a while. And then like right before the show, we like kicked it in gear and
Slammed it.
practiced like crazy. And
I love it.
Yeah.
but we made it. We all got it. So
Cool. And I've read that y'all are getting big offers from people in LA and New York, and that's exciting.
it's been wild. Yeah.
Can you reveal anything about big things that are coming into your way?
Yeah, we've heard from a lot of big like players in the game with like record deals and stuff, and we're kind of waiting on some of that stuff. We're gonna try and get it going as much as we can on our own, so we can kind of like come to the table with a little a little say in what happens. So for now we have a management team and a booking agent and lawyers and stuff like that. Those are all hired on, but as far as labels and stuff, we're kind of going to hold off on that and grow it on our own and kind of see what comes our way down the road. So, but for now, we're just doing our own thing. It seems to be working out.
working
So
for now.
I love it.
if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Well, and at that, let's bring it to TikTok, which is obviously this wildly popular social media platform. It's unlike any of the platforms that are out there, social media as far as Twitter and Instagram and even YouTube. And it's like this amalgamation of all these different, and then it seems like y'all have sort of figured out this sort of algorithm of
I know
So
it feels like we figured it out, but we have no idea.
I literally don't know anything about TikTok.
Yeah, I
Doesn't
do
make
all the
any
TikTok
sense.
posting.
Yeah. I'm gonna be super honest. I don't even know how to make a TikTok.
Whoa.
oh, so Austin's doing most of
Austin's the one that puts them together.
Yep. Taryn here
yeah.
has never had any social media until I made her make an Instagram.
No kidding.
Whole
And
life.
I don't really use it.
Have you posted anything?
I mean, it's not for
I
everybody.
posted
so it's-
something
yeah.
like a year ago.
perfect.
I
But
got a comment on that one post that was just like, you need to post more. It's like,
the one comment.
you're not wrong. But
now you have to do it. You have to not post out of spite for that person now.
oh,
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
just make it a battle.
But yeah, no. On TikTok, we got really lucky with that, with the little demo going really good, and then we saw the momentum, and I had only written the first verse and chorus of it, but I called up my buddy that has a studio, and I was like, we got to record this tomorrow, and and normally you wait 6 weeks or whatever to post on Spotify and stuff. We just we were gonna post it as soon as we were done, and so we ended up there were 3 days between the TikTok going off and the demo being made, and then it going up on Spotify, and it was just the craziest.
Exactly how you're not supposed to do that kind of
Exactly.
stuff.
Yeah, not supposed to do that at all. But yeah, and then that was going pretty good, and then we made the yellow backdrop lyric video in the garage, and we had a backdrop from our Kickstarter that we did. So we made that the day or two, and then that's the one that like super blew up, and that's what catapulted the whole TikTok thing, and we've just kind of been riding that high ever since. But
That's awesome.
but yeah, so we I don't know if there's any algorithmic tricks other than just kind of like being totally real and just like being goofy and letting people see you goofy and letting people see you when you don't look good and whatever and sing bad and just like just being real. And
That sounds cheesy as heck.
I know,
But-
and but you know
But
what?
it's true.
Yeah.
All the movies were true, I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah, all the movies were right.
the movies
but
are true.
Just be yourself.
To self-reference, I got back from Puerto Rico recently, and a video of a fish slapping my face because I was taking a selfie by it.
Oh my
Put it on TikTok, got more views than most of mine. So
Nice.
yeah,
There you go.
Hey, people love to see just
yeah, it's funny.
The real
It's
deal, yeah.
kind of,
exactly. And that was another thing too, with just leaning into just being funny and goofy and just letting that be our shtick. Seems to be the trick.
It's been a little easier too, just that we can kind of play off of each other and things like that.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
And it's also so handy that like our whole shtick is like DIY, so we can just like set up a phone in the garage and like make real content, and then like that's the content. Here you go.
Love it. What drew you to TikTok when you were first, even before Who's Laughing Now came out? What drew you to that social media platform? Because a lot of people, I remember hearing about TikTok and being like, oh, this is odd. A lot of people are using it, but I was kind of like waiting on whether I was going to sign up for it or not. And what do you think? What did you see in this platform that made you want to sign up for it?
I see a lot of people that like whenever the kids are into something and we like resist it. And I just like don't want to be that guy. So like, you know what? The kids say skinny jeans are out. I'm done with skinny, like that kind of thing. It's just like, they're right. Cause like I remember when I was a kid and I was like saying stuff and doing stuff and the older people wouldn't listen to me. And then so yeah. So as soon as I was like, all the kids were on TikTok, I was like, well, because I got to start a TikTok now. and TikTok is interesting because it's like you can just explode on it, and it's like other places you have to kind of have these gradual growth,
Right.
and TikTok is just if you hit it right and just kind of get lucky and people connect what you're doing, sky's the limit. You can just blow up like crazy. So every time I say it's like a slot machine. You're just like rolling the dice, see what you get,
Right.
So so we just kind of got lucky with some content people really liked, and are figuring out now what people like and trying to keep it going.
Yeah. It's so fast paced? Is that what you think makes it so easy to blow up? Because the videos are short.
Yeah.
And they're filled with quick content that is easy to laugh at quickly and then go to the next video.
Exactly.
Do you think maybe that's part of the
completely addicting, and
Yeah.
the way the algorithm learns what you like is like crazy.
It's scary.
Like,
Wow.
It's like
Okay.
I've had so many instances of like, how did you know I like this? Like, what's
Oh
you reading my mind? Like, yeah, the algorithm is spooky, and I don't want to know how it works, but
It's working for us. though.
hey, it's working for us. So we're just gonna keep that train rolling.
Is it hard to learn? Is it between editing multiple shots and then pacing out the lyrics and adding the lyrics? Because I noticed that you can get lyrics to pop up as you're saying them rather than just have a caption.
Yeah, there's a couple of different ways to do it. Whenever we do like stylized like lyric videos, I cheat and I just use like professional like Premiere Pro, and I edit the whole video.
Oh,
and
cool.
Then I just put it on there. But then otherwise, there's ways you can edit it within the app. And I just got like a different app to edit the videos, and it's way better than TikTok.
You're
Yeah.
so excited
Editing.
about that. I've heard about this app so many times.
It's so good.
Nice.
Ugh.
It's really funny.
Nice.
TikTok, you can't split a video, and it's obnoxious. This one you can. It makes it so much easier. Anyway.
Nice.
Love it.
But yeah, so TikTok's definitely not the most efficient way to edit a video, but it's easy to learn. It's pretty intuitive, and you just keep trying.
Maybe I'll learn sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just Google it if you have a question. Just Google it.
That's how I've made it through life so far.
Same.
Just Google
love it.
everything.
I love it. I mean, you've touched on this a bit already, but for people who are interested in getting into TikTok and to promote their music, what advice would you give them?
You know, I see a lot of people trying to promote their music on TikTok, and they're doing TikTok-y things, and that can work, and you can get followers that way, but those followers aren't like into your music.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so
Right.
and so I think that's a mistake that a lot of people make is making their TikTok about whatever the trends are instead of like the thing you're trying to promote.
Gotcha.
And so like we do the goofy stuff, we do the, whatever dumb thing is going on. We do that, but we always try and tie it back to something we're doing with our music, and we always try and keep our content, on focused on what we're trying to get across. And that way that when people follow you, they're following you for the reason of your music. And so like that's like a real follower. It's not just they saw your dumb dance and think you're cool. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's been really beneficial, and then also just like don't give up. It's kind of just like it'll suck for a long time and you'll have a ton of flops and whatever. Like just keep going.
That was a good answer.
Boom.
Solid,
Boom,
very
baby.
quality
out.
advice.
Yeah.
Practicing all day.
From
Yeah.
Austin and Taryn of Durry. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Yeah, thanks for having
It's The Current. My name's Diane, and this is Austin and Taryn.
Correct.
Yeah.